Hi everybody, it's Sandy and it's time for the full moon rose reading, and this time we have a supermoon, and it is a supermoon that is the closest to the earth this year. So I don't know whether we'll be able to see it this evening. Hi Nikki, hi Joanne. But it certainly is set to be a really beautiful big moon. So it's cloudy here, but hopefully we'll get some kind of peep at this supermoon. It's always really interesting, I think, when we can get really clear view of the moon. And those of you that follow me on my personal Facebook page will see the picture that I posted this morning, because it was really clear and bright here last night, and I was able to get quite a good shot. Hi Ashley, hi Paula, thank you for joining. So yeah, I mean, hi Rachel, see all sorts of people popping up now. Yeah, this is a really really fascinating time. Today we have had a major shift in the astrology, because Chiron, the wounded healer, has moved into Aries after quite a lengthy stay in Pisces, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But hi Sass, hi. We have this full moon at 0 degrees of Virgo. So it's a Virgo Pisces moon. The sun is in Pisces, the moon is in Virgo. They're in opposite signs for a full moon. So the light of the sun is shining on the moon on the other side of the chart. When it's a new moon, the two are together. They are together, so you can't see the moon. So we have this shift in energy that's happened today. I don't know whether anybody else has really felt it. Hi Jess, hi Katie. It's felt very strong for me, but then I have got my moon in Pisces, so I think that the fact that we've got a moon in Pisces now, and also this movement, as I say, of Chiron out of Pisces. So this is a huge shift in our process, if you like. And I was absolutely fascinated to see that actually Chiron went into Pisces on the 10th of April in 2010. And so it is just extraordinary for me that was within days of my visit to the Alhambra in Granada in Spain, that resulted in my coming back and hearing the whispered messages of the roses that led to the development of this work and this aspect of the way of the rose that I've been journeying. I mean, I'm absolutely certain that I've actually walked the path of the rose most of my life, having a grandmother that was Rosa Kate, a grandfather that was a professional gardener who had a particularly lovely rose garden in front of his cottage, and a sister called Rosemary. So I was surrounded with roses right from the get-go. So it's and obviously the 18 years that I made wedding dresses, the women all wanted roses on their dresses. So it's not really any surprise that it came round in another form, but I didn't have any idea when I went off to the Alhambra in my with my favourite camera, and just had no idea. But you know, it turns out that the Alhambra is on one of the 7 Venus portals on the planet, and clearly the veils were thin at the time that I went, and the roses were able to whisper their messages, and I was able to hear. What is fascinating is that this is the point, this point of the closing of this journey of Chiron through Pisces has coincided with the last 3 roses showing themselves, the last 3 higher heart chakra roses, which will complete the new level of the work that the roses are wanting to offer going forward now. Hi Vicky. So it's so fascinating the way that this timing has sort of coincided with this journey for me. So what is it about Chiron? You know, we've had this journey of Chiron through Pisces. Now, you know, what does that really mean? And I think it's really fascinating that this sigil for Chiron is a key. It's like an upside down key. And so therefore, in that symbology, does Chiron have a key for us? Does Chiron bring us into this place where there is an opportunity to unlock something that has been previously not available to us? And I've been sort of pondering, this last weekend has been very much about pondering around the Trinity, because there are 3 higher heart chakra roses that I will be bringing forward to share with you. Hi Lisa. And so there is this whole thing around Trinity energy. And what I found also fascinating around this place of Chiron is that Chiron's got like 3 aspects. 3 aspects that she offers us, or 3 opportunities, or 3 levels of process. So we know of Chiron as the wounded healer, the one that illuminates for us wherever it's placed in our chart or wherever it's transiting. The opportunity to find the soul wounds that we've actually come here to master, that we've come to reveal. And if we don't find them, life will surely bring them to us in the form of experiences or people that will illuminate for us where we're holding some of the core wounds that we've come to work with. So there is this aspect of Chiron, the illuminator, one that actually illuminates for us where these wounded places are within our personality self or hidden within our unconscious from childhood and sometimes from previous lifetimes. There is another level of Chiron who comes in as the shaman, comes in as the one that will hold us on a healing pathway, that will take us to the places where there is the healing balm, there is the healing salve, or the illumination of the causal factors of our suffering. The 3rd level of Chiron is as the alchemist. And I love this piece of Chiron because we work with the roses to create alchemical transformation, to illuminate the storylines, to find the gold in our experiences, because that's our place of mastery. So when we're working with the alchemical aspect of Chiron, we are looking to find the jewel, to find the gem, to find the gold in the experience. You know, why have we been taken out on that journey? Why has life turned out as it is? Why did that person come into our lives? And always, always, the path of mastery is to see what the gold is in the experience, what is brought to us in our polishing this diamond, in our place of mastering our own inner script, our own inner story. So, I'm sorry, I can't read you. I'm going to read. Rachel, you've learnt these 3 aspects too. Yes, it is really fascinating. And I'm sure that all of the planets have got their different layers of what they offer us too. It's just that Chiron sits in quite a prominent place in my chart. So I know that my journey, my optimum journey through this lifetime has got a degree of healing, quite a degree of healing that's in the part of my roadmap, so to speak. And it's that is the piece of mastery that we take out to inspire others on our journey. So I just feel that this is such a significant place that we're stepping through this new portal, this new opportunity that's presenting itself to clear. You know, this is a potent year that we're in, that we are being called to just make sure that there is nothing that we've left, that we haven't dealt with, that we haven't been able to lift the stone or lift the lid to Pandora's box and see what there is inside. The journey, I feel, this year will be intense for all of us, but intense in more of a mixed bag than it was last year. So many of my friends and loved ones went through difficult periods last year, and this year feels that there is a slightly clearer path in the way that we can express ourselves in the world, in the fact that we are now honing a craft that we can take out in a different frequency, in a different way of sharing. Oh, thank you for all the hearts that are running up through. That's so lovely. Yeah, I really feel there's something that's exciting, but I don't know quite what it is yet. And it's I've got several friends and colleagues that are experiencing the same, that can feel something shifting and changing. And the best way I can describe for myself is that there is a deeper homecoming. There is a deeper place in which I'm landing in my body. I don't know that anybody else is feeling this too. There is a different authenticity. There is a different sense of connection and presence. It's really quite tangible, and that leads me to a sense of there's different things that are unfolding in response to that, in that sacred dance of what's going on in here and what's going on out there. There's different things that are coming forward in ways that we can use our creativity and our tools that we've mastered along the way to be in much more creative service. And that, I feel, is really rather wonderful. So, on this super moon, I wonder what the roses might have as wisdom for us in this coming time. I'll just have a quick read and see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Vicky's saying she can feel it as well, and Rachel. I feel that we've been just keeping our heads down and working our way through the things that are coming and bubbling to the surface for us to deal with. But there is now a real sense of creating a foundation, that this Saturn-Pluto piece in Capricorn is calling us to make things grounded, make it real, make it practical, and make it so that it is in service to our lives and our loved ones and those that we have the opportunity to share it with. We need practical tools for transformation. We need practical tools that enable us to stay on the path on a daily basis. You know, whether that's, you know, a more regular meditation practice, which is certainly where I've been called. My meditation has always gone in sort of fits and starts. I have periods when meditation is very regular. Hi, Evelyn. And then there's other parts where, you know, there's other stuff happening and it's not quite as regular. But certainly the calling for this time is about creating, particularly in the mornings, to have a new protocol that enables the day to be grounded and held in a new way of being. So, what might the roses have got as a whispered message for us today? Are you drawn to rose card 1? Are you drawn to rose card 2? Or are you drawn to rose card 3? And as ever, they all work together, but they each have a little flavour of an individual note that might be an inspiration for you as we move through the rest of this week. So if you were drawn to rose card 1, she is rose 2. Now, rose 2 is part of the original set, and she sits on the third eye. She sits on the ajna, and she is all about clarity. When she first came through, she was absolute. Her words were that she would spin through the monkey mind. She would allow clarity and stillness through the third eye, and when she had completed that process, she would drop to the heart chakra. And when she sat into the heart chakra, she would turn to gold. You know, for many of you that work with the violet flame or work with violet light, when that activates and when it moves into the heart field, it turns to gold. So this particular rose, you can see she's sort of raggedy around the outside, but the depth of the center allows her to spin and clear the energy. Now the ajna and the third eye is the center of higher will, and it's where we can receive guidance. It's where we can get those insights and those ahas that we actually have to drop into the body. We actually have to move them to the heart solar plexus, because the solar plexus is the center of personal will that allows the downloads, the insights to be activated. So, you know, all of our chakras relate to one another. This, you know, on the Rose 1 class, this is what we look at. We look at the energy anatomy and the relationship between the chakras and how one affects the other, how the energies flow through the body. So if you might be interested to study Rose 1 with me, I'll have an online program date coming up in March, and also an in-person class to start. So if you fancy a training day in the Rosie Temple here in the New Forest, you would be most welcome. But working with the healing grid allows you to use the rose energies in a most direct way on the body. It's a grid that you actually lay on the body. I was never destined to be a reader. I had never intended to do rose readings with these roses. They are a path of inner mastery. They are a training program for spiritual and personal development that you can weave energetically with Reiki, with a load of other energy healing modalities, you know, massage and reflexology. I've got people working with these rose frequencies all around the world, doing magical things, charging up oils and, just working. There's even an NYPD Blue police officer in New York who works with the rose frequencies with traumatized police officers, because they have no connotation but the beauty and the love that they carry. So anyway, I digress. But this particular rose, as I say, sits on the third eye. She would be great to work with if you are seeking clarity with a project, that you're looking to what the next steps are. And you can do something quite as simple as just tuck her in your top, or to tuck her by your computer or under your pillow. She will work with you. Or if you've got a project that's stuck, you can place this energy onto the file, onto the paperwork, and ask her if she will spin through the details, please, and show you where clarity is needed. Added bonus time with the roses this evening. But she is a beauty, and as I say, when she moves onto the heart field, she turns to gold. So she is just a powerful, powerful rose to work with. If you were drawn to rose card 2, she is Rose Ma 11. Now this is the very last rose in the current set, and she says, I am protector. This place of love, this place when we hold the frequency of love, there is nothing that can touch us. When our hearts are frequencing to that golden mean geometry, which is the energy that is up behind the roses. You'll see on the back of the card, this is the golden mean heart geometry. And this is the place that will expand exponentially and compress exponentially, just like our hearts do. When we see a beloved, when we see a baby, when we see an amazing sunset, whatever it is that lights up for you, the energy on the heart expands. So our hearts all day, every day, expand and contract, expand and contract. And the idea is that it's effortless. And the clearer we are with our stories, the clearer we are with our healing, the easier it is, more effortless that expansion and contraction is. And the heart will tell us, the subtlety of the energy of a space. It will tell us the subtlety of the energy exchange between you and another. But it requires us to be really clear and present. And so all of this work in healing our trauma stories, in healing our residue script, is to enable that heart field to be ever expansive, and for that heart that heart flame to be lit, and for us to light the heart flames of others. But it is said that if we can stay in that field of love 24/7, that we cannot get sick, because with every beat of our heart there is a wave of energy that goes through the body, just like ripples on a pond. Every beat sends a ripple wave out, and that ripple wave kisses every cell in your body and reminds it of its original blueprint for health and optimum vitality. So the clearer we are, the more we clear our stories, the more we can find forgiveness, the more we can be gracious in the challenges that we find in life, the more the heart will open. And this rose, she says, the greatest protector is love. The greatest place of protection for ourselves, or the way that we can act as a protecting force for others that are perhaps in a more vulnerable place right now. She is a real beauty of an ally. And I think I've told the story several times of her connection for me with Swan. This energy of this rose has got a strong connection to Swan. She's a rose that's called Madame Hardy, and she was developed by a man called Alexander Hardy, who worked at the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris at the turn of the century, and he named this rose for his wife. And she's a very scented rose, a very beautiful rose, and I photographed her at Mottisfont Rose Garden in Hampshire in the UK, and it's a beautiful National Trust rose garden with over 2,000 different varieties of old French Bourbon roses and English roses. Really worth a visit. This rose, by the way, I think is called sterling silver. Somebody has said that they thought it was blue moon, but because I photographed it at the Alhambra, the roses are ancient there, so there were no names on the roses. Hi, Lisa. So if you were drawn to rose card 3, she is Rose Mar 7. Now, this rose is one that's come up recently for us before, I think, and she is from this last set of the roses, the mother of the rose, and she says, I am receptive. And this is a rose that reminds us about giving and receiving, the fact that we have to be open to receive, whether that's messages, whether that is finances, whether that is just love and blessings. We have to open to receive, and that creates the sort of infinity symbol that allows for the connection and the heart connection and the love and blessings that we can exchange with all of those that we come into contact with. She is a beautiful, beautiful rose. I mean, yes, she is, yoni shaped. She's a very sensual, sensitive rose. And again, if we're looking at the sacred feminine has to be a receptive element. It's this place of the chalice. So if you were drawn to rose card 3 today, you want to be looking at any aspect of your path of receiving, your way of opening to another, or even opening to life. She's about saying yes to life. She's about being fully present and open to the experience of the journey through life. So, our 3 roses for this particular reading. Oh, hi Ashley. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that they are medicine for the heart. They are designed as medicine for the heart, and we need it. It's been, for many of us, it's been a challenging journey. So these are the 3 roses that came forward. So she is about bringing clarity to our thoughts, allowing ourselves time to, and with the intention to clear the third eye, to allow ourselves to be more receptive to our higher soul self, to inner guidance from that perspective. The knowledge that when we can stay in love 24/7, we cannot get sick, and we are there then as a beacon of light for others on the journey. So this, and if we look at this as swan energy, swan is a fierce protector, and swans mate for life. They are very loyal, very caring. So this is a beautiful, beautiful energy to work with. And Rosemar 7, I am receptive. You know, I am open to something different in my journey. This is powerful, powerful medicine. So, yeah, that's our rose reading for today, for this supermoon. I hope you'll get a chance to see it. I don't know whether the skies will clear here to get a peep of a fully illumined lunar face. Yeah, it's these are really powerful times as we work through these next few weeks. We've got all planets direct just for a little short time now, and I'm sure that will help us as we start to make some progress. And so I'm just going to have another look at some messages. Yeah, thank you, Kerry, thank you, Teresa. So we'll just finish with the Alchemy bowl. Our three roses are in here for today's reading, and yeah, is there anything else I have to say? The registration for the Rose Circle online will be up in the next week anyway. But the Rose Circle online will start around the equinox in March, and it will be an online gathering monthly with a webinar, interviews, all sorts of interesting things that allow us to gather in circle wherever you are in the world, which is the first time that I've opened it in this way. We've always run the Inner Sister Circle here, so it's just wonderful to be able to open it out. All I have to do is to master the technology. So here we are. Here is the Alchemy bowl with the roses for this particular reading. So I'm going to play it 3 times, and just allow the sound to come to you. So for those that who have not met this bowl before, this is a violet aura gold alchemy bowl, and for me, she's a bowl of mastery. I have really enjoyed working with the crystal sound frequencies as well. There's a deep memory of Atlantean temple work that weaves with the roses. And the sisterhood of the rose. So yeah, that's about it. The new dates for the online rose classes, should you wish to join me and learn more about the roses, will be up soon, and also the in-person classes that will actually offer a training as a rose alchemy therapist. Balance, the insurance people now insure Rose Alchemy as a therapy, and there is the new program that I'm just about to start is an upshift on what I've been developing since Chiron went into Pisces. So we finish on the completion of this Pisces Chiron piece, and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your comments. I wish I could read them all. When I'm going to have to get a bigger phone. And yeah, there is thank you for all the hearts and messages and stuff. It's just been a delight to share with you this evening. So until next, much love and rosy blessings. Bye bye. Bye for now. Bye bye.